Guys, it's a really sad day in time in politics when I have to cover stories like this, okay? Because, it just signifies how childish and sophomoric our politicians have become, okay? So right now, everybody is on the, attack Marjorie Taylor Greene train, right? Because of some things that she said in the past before she was elected. And, after the events on the Capitol, the progressive Democrats and the Democrats in general has really went on this victimhood train of trying to paint every single person who may have supported president and or is a Republican as potentially a dangerous white supremacist who could be putting members in Congress in danger actively. That's what they're trying to do here. And I'm really sick and tired of seeing this because it's at the point now it's like you guys are more concerned about your social media. You're more concerned about getting the retweets and the likes and victimizing yourself rather than actually legislating. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I endorse anything Marjorie Taylor Greene has said in any of these videos at all. Right? I don't have an opinion on that. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is the fact that we're seeing our politics literally turn into high school drama between a bunch of women. Okay? Because Cori Bush, who's a representative, I believe, from Missouri, came out on Friday and stated that a maskless Marjorie Taylor Greene and her staff berated her in the hallway. She said that she targeted her and others on social media and that she'll be moving her office away for her and her team's safety. Now, she's also called for the expulsion of members who she claims incited the event at the Capitol. So you can already see what her agenda is here. And when I first read this, I'm like, okay, for you to put something out here like this, you better have some evidence. You better have some proof that a real threat was made. Okay? Because otherwise, it just seems like you're playing the victim card. And keep in mind, guys, somebody asked me, why am I liking these tweets? I like tweets to keep up with them. Like, likes are not endorsements of tweets. I like them so I can go back and find them when I need to make videos. Because a lot of times I'll see these tweets and I just won't have time to make a video at that point. So I'll just like it so that way I know, okay, I can find it really easy. So likes are not endorsements, obviously. But Cori Bush also releases an official statement here. And let's take a look at how she describes the situation. She basically says, on January 13th, I was walking with my staff to vote. I was in a tunnel between Cannon Office Building and the Capitol when Marjorie Taylor Greene came up behind me, ranting loudly into her phone while not wearing a mask. Now, keep in mind, she said MTG came up behind her. Right? So this is what she's saying. She's saying this as if MTG was coming up behind her, basically harassing her to a certain extent. She said this took place one day after multiple of my House colleagues announced they had tested positive for COVID-19 after being in a room with Marjorie Taylor Greene during the white supremacist attack on the Capitol. Yeah, just listen to that framing, man. That just tells you what she's all about. Cori Bush is all about division. Right, this type of framing that they continuously try to use, again, it just tells you what they're about. But out of concern for the health of my staff, other members of Congress, and other congressional staff, I repeatedly called out to her to put on a mask. Taylor Greene and her staff responded by berating me, with one staffer yelling, "Stop inciting violence with Black Lives Matter." So that's all I really need to read from this statement here, just so you guys can get a gist of what she's saying happened. And then let's go ahead and take a look while we're at it at an interview she did with Reid, in which she talked about the incident as well.
I moved my office because I am here to do a job for the people of St. Louis. They deserve that. And what I cannot do is continue to look over my shoulder wondering if a white supremacist in Congress by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene or anyone else, because there are others, that they are doing something or conspiring against us, our focus has to be on St. Louis and the work that we can get done. And also, my team deserves better. They should not have to come to work and have to wonder if that door is going to open that does not have a peephole, that door is going to open and it's somebody that does not want to do them well.
All right, so you see that there, okay? You see what she's saying there. She's saying that she's actively afraid of Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? This is after she talked about this event happening and why she's requesting to have her office moved away, okay? So now Marjorie Taylor Greene, good thing she actually has receipts, because now we can see really what happened. And I'll let you guys see, and you can be the judge in terms of how this actually went down.
You know what? A bunch of bad people do, or a small amount actually, do a really bad thing, attack the Capitol, which I denounce and completely am against and don't agree with the violence.
And everybody said this, bruh. Everybody on the right has said this openly. But nobody on the left, none of these I guarantee you, Cori Bush has never denounced the violence of Black Lives Matter. I guarantee you she's never done it. Never done it.
But yet Democrats who cheered on, supported, called peaceful protests, Antifa BLM riots the entire year long that caused billions of dollars worth of damage, attacked American businesses, burned down Minneapolis. Let's see, what else did they do? Then they supported bail bond links for criminals. You know what? Yeah.
All right. Do you guys notice how she turned around here? You guys notice that, right? What did Cori Bush say? Cori Bush said that MTG was following behind her. Okay? That's what Cori Bush said. However, in the actual video, Marjorie Taylor Greene is walking obviously in a different direction than Cori Bush, and Cori Bush or at least walking, she's either walking in a different direction or she's walking in front of Cori Bush. And Cori Bush is behind her yelling, "Put on a mask." So as you can see in this video clearly, Cori Bush started this. Okay? So Cori Bush, the same person that says that she feels that her life is in danger from MTG and that she's an active threat, is picking fights with somebody that you feel that your life is in danger, that you feel could open up your door and potentially do harm and violence to you. This is how you interact with somebody like that? You pick fights with them because they're not wearing a mask? Okay. I hear you, Cori. I hear you.
Yeah, don't yell at people. You know what? You shouldn't bring COVID positive members in here, spreading COVID everywhere. Stop being a hypocrite. Yeah, this is how it is here now. This is how it is. Stop being a hypocrite. This is arguing with my Democrat colleagues, supposed colleagues. That's how it is. It's how it is now in America. So you're witnessing exactly what we're having to live through.
Yeah, it's high school. It's high school. This is some high school girl drama that we're seeing happening in Congress, where Cori Bush just flat out lied. She just flat out lied. She picked a fight with MTG over MTG wearing a mask, which, by the way, I mean, again, I don't believe in mask police. Okay, even if a place requires a mask, if you're not part of the staff at that place, right? The managing staff, okay? You don't have any business trying to demand somebody to wear a mask, okay? And I'm not saying anything about the effectiveness of masks. I think everybody should follow public policy, obviously. What I'm saying is that the best way, if you feel that her not wearing a mask is putting you in danger, the best thing that you can do is not interact with that person. Don't go near that person and keep it moving and keep living your life. That person wearing a mask has nothing to do with you. Okay? Because again, that's how fights start. That's how people get in trouble. That's how drama starts. When you got people that don't mind their own damn business. Cori Bush should mind her own damn business. Okay? And again, guys, I'm not endorsing anything MTG has said in these past videos. I don't have no opinion on that. That ain't what this video is about. This video is about the fact that we have congresswomen who are supposed to be here legislating and doing the job of the people. Like Cori Bush said. That's what they're supposed to be concerned about, but instead they're concerned about acting like children and fighting over silly stuff like this. That's what really bothers me about this. And again, I'm talking about this situation specifically in which I just feel like Cori Bush is trying to play this victim card. Right there, and the thing is, she's grasping for straws. She's trying to paint herself as in some type of imminent danger and threat. When on video, she's the one instigating the whole incident. She's the one starting it. And then she turn around and go on TV and act like MTG is just some wild, lawless woman walking through Congress with her gun out, ready to shoot. That's how they try to frame it. But here's the thing, man. I got some advice for MTG. I got some advice for her. Because, you know, she has people that have elected her to go to Congress and represent them. Right. And she has faced a lot of heat lately for some things that she said in the past. So my advice to her is this. I would stop going back and forth with the squad and the Democrats. Honestly. If it doesn't have anything to do with policy, I would stop going back and forth with them. I would just ignore them. I really would. Because continuing to go back and forth with them only is bringing negative media pressure on her. Right? It is motivating people to go out and find things that she said in the past, things she's done in the past, and they're going to use that against her. Okay? And it's not going to play well because with the way things currently are in our country, it's going to be really hard for her to overcome that type of negative exposure. I think what MTG needs to do is she needs to become more policy focused, right? Focus on what she was elected to go to Washington and do. Right, which is to enact policies that's going to help her constituents. And a prime opportunity of something that she should be probably getting on the Democrats about right now is how they promised $2,000 checks and they've done nothing to actually move forward with that policy. And again, this is a popular policy in Georgia, okay? With her own constituents, this is a popular policy. So she might want to start thinking about, okay, let's just keep it about policy. Let's talk about how the Democrats have promised the people of Georgia $2,000 checks immediately, but yet they bought it down to $1,400 and they have not made any moves whatsoever to actually fulfill that promise. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why you guys have not moved to try to keep your promise. Because again, for her and her constituents in Georgia, that was a very popular policy. That's why McConnell decided that the Republicans need to get on board with some direct payments. Okay? So MTG, with all this negative attention, she really needs to just focus on the policy. Just go, just talk about legislation, talk about policy, get rid of all the other noise, right? Tone it out, move forward. And I get it, you know, any type of attention, right? Negative or positive, is good attention to a certain extent when you're a celebrity and when you're a politician. Because it just makes you more popular. It makes people, makes you more exposed to people, makes people know who you are. So it's a good thing to a certain extent. But I think as of right now, you know, you got to pick and choose your battles. And we can already see that the Democrats are going to continue to play the victim card over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just one of those things where it's going to be very, very hard for her to continue to fight it the way she's fighting it. Okay? Just because of where the country's currently at right now. So I recommend that she just focus on policy. Just focus on policy. Right? Because that's essentially what you're there to do. You're not there to go back and forth with Cori Bush, who's irrelevant, right? She's less relevant than you. You're not there to go back and forth with people that are less relevant than you. You're there to make change and to enact policies that are going to help your people. So, yeah, that's my advice for her. This is really silly. It's really a sad day in America when this is what's happening in Congress. But Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.